All right, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Rod.
If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure you do it. Click the button and subscribe, and we'll give you video reviews about board games and apps that go with board games.
Exactly.
And we'll tell you if you should buy it, play it, or hate it. It's our simple die rating where we tell you you should green, go buy this game and add it to your collection. White means maybe you wouldn't buy it, but you definitely play it. And then red means don't buy it, don't play it, because you hate it.
Stay away from it.
Stay away
but
from
with
it.
the green on this one, what are you going to do? You're going to download, right?
Oh, yeah, download. Yeah. So now it's do you download it?
Exactly.
Now, we already did a video review of Imperial Assault, and it got 3 grains, right? It was you, me, and Tim. We reviewed it back in the day. All of us love this game, and we said that you should buy it.
Right.
So why are we talking about it?
Well, because there's an app.
There's an app now.
And then the truth of the matter is, let's be honest about it. How many times did it make it to the table after we did that?
You know, there was a guy on one of our videos, and he said that. He said, before I buy this expensive game, and of course, this was before Fantasy Flight and Asmodee did the minimum price thing. So this was, we got this on sale on an online store for cheaper than you can even buy it now.
Right.
And so the guy came back and he said, you know, I'm going to buy this. How many times have you actually played it? And
right.
Crickets.
So, and that's the whole thing. It's like, I mean, after we did the review, I mean, obviously there's just so many games to choose from. So that to me was actually kind of, I'm not going to say it's bringing the game down some, but compared with all the other games, yeah, sure it was. I mean, it wasn't the hallmark. It wasn't the game. For a while there, it was like the game, right? Mm-hmm. Then it was basically there's so many other games that were as good.
And the reason was because originally this game was a one versus many. Somebody, Tim, had to be the Imperials.
He cheats.
He's got to be a cheater. How else could he beat us every time? But or we could just really be that bad.
I don't accept that.
But it was a one versus many game, and so we always had to play against him. And so that was my knock on it originally, I believe, was that it was not a fully co-op game, but the app totally changes that.
Right. So let's go ahead and do our review, our color, our review, our rating.
Yeah. And so we'll give you our die rating, and then the rest of this video we're just going to ramble on about why we gave it this rating.
Exactly.
And we give it a
shocker!
A green!
It's Star Wars, I'm sorry.
But for me, the app, number one, you need to download it. Even if you don't have the game, you could totally just download this app and check it out and see how it works. And then, I don't know, to me, the app brought this back to the table for me.
Exactly. It did. So here's what it did. It brought it back to the table. It made me want to buy the expansions.
Yes, it really did. Yeah.
It's very entertaining with it. I mean, it just adds more flavor to it, right?
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing. The first part of when we were playing it, first time we played, we didn't. Tim had the app in front of him, and we just played. It was kind of like, huh? You know, we're kind of, you know, we didn't know. And then we bought the TV out and actually put it up on the TV for everyone to see, and it just changed the whole thing. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, so I took an Apple TV and we mirrored it to the TV, and so I put a TV thanks to this Game Topper accessory. I put the TV right at the end of the table, and we all got to see and read what he was seeing on his iPad.
And it's fantastic. They do a great job with the artwork on there, the sound, the music, the whole thing. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so like before, like when Tim was setting up the game, he had to like go through the box and find all the pieces and stuff. But when we threw it on the TV, then we could all, like, it was somebody's job to sort the tiles, and we could get the tiles out, then you put the tokens out and you put the pieces, and it just made the whole setup so much better. And the expansions, which was great.
I mean, that's the fun part, right? I mean, let's face it, you get to add the expansions to that list of things that you have for the game, and then of course they pull them out during your gameplay random.
Yeah.
We end up fighting. On one of them was IG-88.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know, you're fighting IG-88. You know, so it was very, very cool.
So the app does all kinds of heavy lifting for you. Like, it sorts all of the pieces that you have, randomly chooses them, puts them out. It tells you who goes when. It tells you order that you can activate people, and it even tells you how the enemy, the bad guys, moves, how they should move, who they should shoot first. And if they can't shoot this person, then they back up to this other location to do this instead.
And I mean, and the other thing that did that's just awesome, of course, is that it's a campaign.
Yeah.
So you have these multiple, and you have choices within those campaigns on what you're going to do, what you're going to choose, and you're taking experience points with you and stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so it tells you to be able to recall all of that stuff, you know. So the next game you load up and it says, here's all the stuff that you have, here's all the money that you had, this is what you can spend, side missions. It just does all of that stuff for you.
Yeah, I mean, it takes away, because it really, like you said, the downfall was having the one guy out of a group of 5 people playing. He was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy, yeah.
Even though I think Tim enjoyed it at the beginning, he started to get. I think he started feeling down that because we're always against him, you know. And so
take that,
yeah, take that. Woo! But so I mean, so this is fantastic. The app is great. I would say that the only thing I'd like to see in the future, and of course, hindsight, I'd like to see that the combat system, where we're able to play like 2 against 2, 1 against
skirmish,
1. That skirmish was involved with it also. That would be pretty cool.
For me, the reason I gave this a green is because it actually brought this back. Like I said, it brought it back to the table for me. I've actually, maybe I shouldn't say this because I told you before to buy it, but I've actually tried to trade this off a few times. And I just never got offers for things that I really wanted. But now I'm totally glad. Oh, thank goodness I didn't trade it off, because now I actually think that I can play this with my boys who are young. And so the app gets to be the bad guy. We get to work together. They get to roll the dice. I mean, all of that kind of stuff, I can totally see me and my sons going through campaigns with this now. Exactly. Whereas before, I didn't want to be the bad guy against them. And so, I don't know, that just opened up a whole new world, and I'm glad that I have it.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while for that app to come out, because I've been kind of waiting myself,
Long time.
Because we had it for Madness, right? And then we've had it for Descent.
And, Descent.
This app is so good. I'm just so happy with it.
Yeah, and so they're going to be able to continually support it. They could add new stuff to it as they go along.
I hope so.
Yeah, I really, really hope so too. Fantasy Flight.
Yeah, you guys
don't break our hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's it. So that's a green die from us. Definitely. Go get this game. Download the app. We think that you're going to love it.
Fantastic.